When Facebook came up with a completely new design for Facebook pages a few months ago, another big change that they did was to deprecate the use of FBML. FBML is Facebook markup language, and in the first time that I did this video title, I had a video just on FBML. FBML is a way, or was a way, for Facebook page administrators to create their own HTML right here. And so a user could click a tab at the top and see an e-commerce site, see a newsletter sign-up form, and so on. It was the hottest thing. I mean, now, though, once all of the Facebook pages are in the new design, this is what happens to the poor FBML. You can always tell if a Facebook page admin left their FBML sitting here because it's got this ugly little icon, and they're often broken. Like, this was supposed to be a sign-up sheet for my Design Geek newsletter, and now it's just, the form stuff is all empty. What you're supposed to use instead of FBML is something called an iFrame. An iFrame is a container that can contain HTML. The difference between FBML and an iFrame is that an iFrame sucks in an external web page. So you put a web page on your blog or your web server, and then you can create that web page specifically for your Facebook page and use an iFrame to show that HTML right here. So in other words, it's incredibly freeing. I want to do that for my Facebook page, Social Media Marketing, because this is actually something I've always wanted to do. I want to add a link here on the left that will let people see the free sample videos from lynda.com. Of course, we'll start out with the free sample videos from this very title, Social Media Marketing, but then I also want to have a link to see all the titles that I do at lynda.com. So it's a way to promote my own video titles. It's a perfectly good reason to use an iFrame. So the first thing you need to do when you're going to add an iFrame is you need to create that HTML page that the iFrame is going to suck in. And I've already done that, and I've uploaded that page to my own website. The restrictions are not onerous at all. The page should not be more than 520 pixels wide, because that's the amount of room that you have in the standard Facebook page. You can't really change that. If your page is wider than 520 pixels, then when it's sucked into an iFrame, the user will have to horizontally scroll. Blech. So make sure it's 520 pixels. But other than that, it can be as tall as you'd like. It can contain HTML. It can contain JavaScript. You can embed a video like I've done here. I'm pulling in a video from YouTube. You can use CSS either internally or you can link to external CSS. It's pretty neat. So this is what it's going to look like. And then at the bottom, we're going to have a nice link, watch more of Anne-Marie's videos. And that's going to bring you to my page on lynda.com that shows all of my videos. And then the thinking is that, as time goes on and I have more sample videos, I can just edit this HTML page like in Dreamweaver or something, which will automatically update what's happening in the iFrame on Social Media Marketing. Right? So first create your web page. Then you need to actually create an iFrame app is what it is. Now I'm going to show you that if you've never gone into the developer page, what it looks like. You need to go to this URL. I'm just switching over to Chrome because I've already done this for the other personas I'm using for this video. I'm logged in as a different user. If you go to facebook.com/developers with the final slash, it's going to ask your permission to get your information, and you want to say allow. Now you might get this page. Currently, as I'm recording this, I think that Facebook is having a little glitch, a bug, because I've found that if I then go back to this page, and then I go back to developers, that it works perfectly fine. So this is the page that I'm at for my social media marketing. I'm at that same page. It's your apps page. Now you're a little developer. You might want to bookmark this. And it's going to list all of the Facebook apps that you've created. We're going to set up a new app. And again, that's what an iFrame is. It's actually like a private app for you. So I'll click it here. You want to give it a name. I'll call mine Video Sample. You can see I've done this before. I do agree to the Facebook terms. Create my app. Wants to make sure that I'm a human being. And now we fill in some information about this. Now this looks scary, but actually it's not that bad. There's just a few fields, and we only need to worry about the top three, about, website, and Facebook integration. That's our application name. I don't need a description. Remember, this is private. I don't need anybody else to have to worry about this. One thing I do want to change, though, is the default icon. The icon is what appears here to the left of our iFrame link. So I've already gone ahead and created a cute little icon. So I'm going to change it to the one that I created. It's a lynda.com logo in miniature. And all this we can leave as is. Come down here if you want to add more admins who can edit the settings for this app. Like if you have, an assistant who knows HTML and needs to come in here and tweak things once in a while, you can go ahead and add them. It has to be one of your personal users that you're logged in under, and then you can give them a role. Then come to website. You need to enter the URL that will contain all of the HTML files that you'll be using as iframes. So in other words, this part right here, okay, just up to Facebook / I'm going to store all the different HTML files I create, because you can create multiple iframes for different pages in this folder. So I'll copy that and I'll paste that there. And then under Facebook integration, you can put a little vanity URL for the page. You're actually creating what's called a canvas page for the app. And we'll call it video samples as well. Here, once again, it wants to know the directory containing your Facebook pages. iframe size, show scroll bars, or auto resize. We want to auto resize it. And now, what is the name of the tab on the page? What name do we want it to have here? It doesn't have to be the same as the app name. So in this case, I'll go ahead and say sample videos. Now we enter the actual URL of the HTML page. And then save changes. Canvas page cannot contain uppercase letters. This one right here, I assume, so we'll say video samples. Would have been nice if it told us that earlier. There we go. So we have an app. Yay! Okay, now how do we add this app to our page? Well, first we have to go to the application profile page for a video sample. And it's kind of like, an actual app page. And then just like if you go to any other Facebook app, as I showed in a previous video, you want to choose Add to My Page. Which page do you want to choose? I want to add it to the social media marketing page. Close that. Now let's go to social media marketing and refresh. And there's sample videos. And I click it. It looks like Facebook is having a little glitch. Let me try it in a different browser. Jump over to Chrome. And here we are in social media marketing in Chrome. There's sample videos. Click it. There we go. All right, so now the page loads from that external URL into the iFrame. And I could play the video here, and I could jump over to more videos on lynda.com. So you can imagine, I think, about the world of possibilities this opens up for your Facebook pages. You can have multiple iframes on the same page. One could be the latest issue of your newsletter. One could be, videos. Another one, basically anything that you can get into an HTML file can be a link here to the left of your page. Not only that, but let me go back to Firefox where I'm logged in as the administrator. If you go to Edit Page, in Manage Permissions, you can set any of those iframe pages as the default landing tab. This is a huge question that people are always asking me. When people come to my Facebook page, I want them to see something like my homepage of my website. I don't want them to see the stupid wall. I don't want them to see the info. I want them to have control over what they see at first. So in other words, now you can do that. You can create a beautiful landing page and then bring it in as an iframe. Let's go back and take a look at that. Now, I know this was a little bit more technical than other things that we did, and there are probably going to be some Facebook apps that will streamline this for you, or some third parties that will automatically make an iframe for you. But I wanted you to see that you can actually do it on your own if you wanted to, and it gives you an incredible amount of power and control over your Facebook page.